1, 2, 3. Listen to me and you will see. 4, 5, 6. Solve the math to know what is right. 7, 8, 9, 10. The goddess of numbers is here for you. My name is Teacher Beth and this is Beth Kuma.
Lesson 48, Week 1. Identifying parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines. For the objectives, the pupils are expected to describe and illustrate parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines. Draw perpendicular, intersecting, and parallel lines using a ruler and a set square. Now children, let us have a drill. Can you name the following geometric figures? What is the name of the first geometric figures? Correct. The answer is a point. How about the second geometric figures? Correct. The answer is a ray. How about the third geometric figures? Correct. That is a line. How about the last geometric figures? Correct. That is a line segment. Are you ready for a game, children? The name of this game is about What Am I? For letter A, I have an exact location in space. I am represented by a dot. What is your answer? Correct. The answer is point. How about letter B? I am part of a line with two endpoints. Correct. The answer is line segment. For letter C, I start out at a point and can be extended in one direction. Correct. The answer is ray. And for letter D, I have no endpoint and I can go on and on in opposite directions. Correct. The answer is line. Look at the picture, children. How should you form your lines? Very good. You form your line using a straight line. In this lesson, let us learn the name of different types of lines. Look at the lines on the sides of this ruler. These lines go in exactly the same direction. So, the distance between them always stays the same. Do you think these lines will ever meet? Very good. The answer is no. They won't. These are called parallel lines. Parallel lines are lines that do not meet. Now, let us examine this railroad crossing sign. Have you seen one on the road? Very good. The two lines cross each other at one point. These lines are called intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are lines that cross or meet each other at a certain point. Does the picture on the right looks familiar to you? Yes, it is a picture of a window. The two lines cross or meet each other. Very good. Do you know the angle between the two intersecting lines? That is right. It was a right angle that measures 90 degrees. Can you name the shape the angle formed? Very good. Yes, it is a square. How many squares does the angle form? Very good. It has 4 squares. These lines are called perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are a special type of intersecting lines that intersect and form 4 square corners. After learning the description of intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular lines, let us practice how to draw these lines using ruler and set square. Let us define the ruler and a set square. Ruler can be defined as a tool or device to measure length and draw straight lines. Set square or triangle is usually plastic or metal device that is shaped like a triangle and used for drawing straight lines and angles. These are the steps in drawing intersecting, parallel, and perpendicular lines. For step 1, use a ruler, draw a straight line, use a small letter to name the line. For step 2, create another line passing to any point of the first line and write another small letter for the name of the second line. The line will be line B. 3. Remove the ruler. The drawing of the lines can be named line C and line B respectively. Good job, children. You now finish your intersecting lines. Let us have a practice. Tell whether the following are parallel lines, intersecting lines, or perpendicular lines. For number 1, what is the answer for number 1? Correct. The answer is parallel lines. How about number 2? Correct. The answer is perpendicular lines. How about number 3? Correct. The answer is intersecting lines. Number 4? Correct. The answer is parallel lines. And number 5? Correct. The answer is intersecting lines. Very good, children. How do you describe parallel lines, intersecting lines, and perpendicular lines? Parallel lines are lines that do not meet. Intersecting lines are lines that cross each other. And perpendicular lines are lines that intersect and form a square corners. The first drawing is an example of parallel lines. And the second drawing is an example of intersecting lines. And the third drawing is an example of perpendicular lines. For the assessment, get your paper to answer the following activity. You are going to write the letter of the correct answer. Are you ready, children? For number 1, which pair of lines are parallel lines? Letter A, letter B, letter C, or letter D? The answer is letter D. Correct. Number 2, which of the following shows parallel lines? Letter A, letter B, letter C, or letter D? The answer is letter A. Correct. Number 3, which figure illustrates perpendicular lines? Letter A, letter B, letter C, or letter D? The answer is letter D. Correct. Number 4, which situation tells about parallel lines? Letter A, capital letter L. Letter B, hands of a clock at 6. Letter C, corner of a table. Letter D, striped t-shirt. Okay, the answer is letter D. Correct. For number 5, which is not a true statement? Letter A, two intersecting lines meet at a point. Letter B, perpendicular lines form square corners. Letter D, parallel lines do not meet. And letter D, intersecting lines do not meet. The answer is letter D. That is correct. Very good, children. For the next activity, you are going to draw a circle for parallel lines, triangle for intersecting lines, and rectangle for perpendicular lines. For number 1, what is your answer? The answer is circle. It was a parallel lines. How about number 2? The answer is triangle. It was an intersecting lines. How about number 3? The answer is rectangle. It was a perpendicular lines. How about number 4? The answer is triangle. It was an intersecting lines. And number 5, the answer is rectangle. It was a perpendicular lines. Very good, children. Job well done.
How many of you were able to get an awesome score? Good job, kids! Thank you for watching. And remember, learning is the eye of your mind. Again, this is Teacher Beth. See you again next time. Bye-bye!